I want to encourage people who have houses in their villages, not necessarily for their parents. You have a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom house that doesn't have a touch. We can work on it. It is not about overdoing, it's about elegance. And for elegance, I mean, you're just doing your skimming right. You are just doing your painting right. You've just installed your flat gypsum ceiling well, and you've installed your cornices well. Your electrical points are in the right points. Your kitchen is just welcoming, and then the rest of the other details we can come in and improve. Pole, 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 pole. Once again, guys, I am so much excited to just introduce you to another project. Guess what? We are in the tighter land. This is Voi, and we are deep in the villages. We are just transforming this country, village to village, be Kimilili, be it Bungoma, be it Turukana. We are coming close to you. We are taking this country fully. So today I just want to take you through one of the most exciting projects I'm doing in Voi. And on this particular project, most of the times I've always told you, we are very flexible despite your location, despite your standards, despite your levels. People have capacities in their villages, people have capacities in places. It's only that most people used to think that you have to do a house either in the big cities. Here we are doing a renovation for a house that had been done before, and this house is actually a retirement home for one of my clients. Not really one of my clients, it's actually the parents of my clients. So the daughter has decided to give a treat to the parents, and we are transforming the house. And actually what happened is basically the same procedure. We came for a site visit. After the site visit, we did the designs for the house completely, from entry porch to the dining, to the lounge, to the dining, to the kitchen, to the master bedrooms and other bedrooms. And after the designs, we were requested to do a bill of quantities, which we did the bill of quantities. When the bill of quantities came out, my client was like, Keith, will I actually really manage? Then I gave her a proposal, and the proposal has always been, if your intention is to do this thing, we can give you a face-to-face approach, whereby you choose, let's say for example, sometimes people ask me, or some people would say, fine, we can go with the face-to-face, but they are strictly, okay, they are rigid to specific entities, whereby if you did this particular entity before another entity, then it will be not practical. It will be like you have started from the end product instead of starting from the starting product. Most of the times when we do a bill of quantities and you feel like you want to face your project, we give you a schedule of works. And this schedule of works will show you from what particular entity can you start, and to what particular entity can you do next, and what particular entity can you do last. And then now, giving an example of this particular site, what we did is the parents were so much particular about how the house looked in terms of the ceilings, because it was just open all the way to the mabatis. So we decided the first phase is to do the ceiling works, and that is gypsum ceilings. During the design phase, the gypsum ceiling had steps and a bit of design. Sometimes the designs also contribute to the prices or the rates, or contribute to the expense that will go to the ceilings. So during the discussion on the billing, we decided to go flat ceiling, so long as we're doing neat and elegant job, so that we pull down or we bring down the prices. Then, because the kitchen was a very big entity for the family, they decided we do the ceilings plus the kitchen. Then immediately we started that, my God. Let me not forget talking about my God. Anytime I've always walked onto a site, started doing something, I don't know what happens. A week later, after starting the project, my client called me and told me, Keith, I'm really excited that I have actually just gotten another package somewhere and I want to do my parents' master bedroom. And then we decided to now do the kitchen, do the entire gypsum ceilings in the entire house, and then now give them a beautiful master bedroom completely done. And in this particular project now, I will just tell you that now we've done the kitchen, we did demolitions. The house had been partitioned, the kitchen had been partitioned in such a way that they had a very small kitchen, and then next to it was a veranda. So we demolished the wall between the kitchen and the veranda to give a bigger kitchen, and now so that we can incorporate the three elements which are very key. That is the kitchen area, that is the that is the sink area, secondly the fridge area, and thirdly it is the cooking area and the preparation areas. So we had to reorganize the entire kitchen so that they can have a beautiful modern kitchen with the low level and high level, the microwave oven, a double fridge, then the sink, those are the trash cans and all that. Then from there, now we came up now a week later, now we come in and now we decided to do a master bedroom. We demolished the walls that were existing to create a beautiful and flawless bathroom. Then from there, we are doing a nice, beautiful headboard area, walk-in closets, and then a study room. So without wasting a lot of your time, let me go in as I touch each and every entity that I'm working on. Let's go. So I will just mention a few of the items that we are doing on an entire project. So we are working on these columns, but they will come in phase 2 or phase 3. I do not know. I don't want to preempt, because that also depends upon my client. But in phase 1, we are coming to do the eaves, which are actually in this phase 1, plus the gutters, plus the fascia boards repainting, and then the gutter drops and channeling the water so that when you come around, everything is in place. Then when we walk in here, this is basically the lounge. We want to work on the windows so that we have bigger windows, but I told them that the basic needs, the window is already existing, so this person can still stay in here without changing these windows, so it can come later. So we have decided to work on the gypsum ceiling. If you can look at maybe the fly-throughs, we've done a very nice simple gypsum ceiling all the entire house. I will throw in videos of the specific different types of rooms. Just a simple cornice running around, beautiful pelmet boxes. Now our curtains are gonna be shifted from where they are right now. You can see where the curtain rod holders are. We are going to take them up the ceiling so that the curtains can flow all the way from the ceiling level all the way to the floor. So that is it. Skimming and paintwork comes in phase 2, but we are skimming and sanding the ceilings and paintworks. So as we move in, this is gonna be the TV wall. Also, it has some nice, beautiful focal wall, which comes in phase 2. But for now, we're just preparing the house to have a beautiful ceiling. It is a hot area. Imagine this house without a ceiling, and people were dependent on the roof on top, and those are galvanized sheets. So every time the heat hits those mabatis, I'm very sure it was very uncomfortable to stay in here. So this is the lounge area. We are having a dining set here with a nice beautiful chandelier. Ojwang, hapa kuna kabati? Nikiti. So we are going to have a granite top here, and then it overlaps a bit to this side so that we have nice, beautiful breakfast counter stools around this area. So we will be pushing them inside, and probably what will happen is this granite will flow all the way to that side and flow all the way to this side, probably drop down on that side, probably drop down to that side, so that we form a beautiful counter type of finish. Then we have done our provision for the sockets under, so that in the event you are here, you can still sit and charge quickly. on before you leave. I'm not so sure, but I will check the drawings. I will have to look. I don't know if we have a sink in this corner, but I will have to confirm that later. But this is actually part of our phase 1. Then let's walk in to the kitchen. So you walk in, this is the house Larry will throw in. So you come in, and some of the challenges, we have the floor that has been hacked. Here we have the door. We are not going to remove the door. We will work with whatever that is there, because we are also sensitive in terms of cost implication. This is a renovation, a treat to a parent. So even the person doing this is also very thinking about how much do I spend on my parents. So these electrical points will stay where they are, but we have provided 1, 2, 3. These are DP switches. These DP switches, one is for the microwave, another one is for the oven, and another one is for the fridge. And 1 meter, as you've seen, I've marked, this is where the fridge starts. This is the fridge compartment. It stands tall all the way to a certain level here, and then we have an upper cabinet. Immediately after that, we have a 600 mark, which is M and O, that is microwave and oven. And these are the points. This is point number 1, point number 2. The point number 1 is for the oven, which is written there. Point number 2 is for the microwave, which is written there. Once it reaches there, it goes and joins there, and those become the control. Then here we have the 450 mm, which is a full height cabinet. It's a tall cabinet from floor level to upper level to the floor level to the ceiling level. It's a pull cabinet, beautifully standing, and then we meet the door. When you look at the design, the door was here, and when I came in, you know, at times design is not final. When you get to site, that is the time now your eyes open. I told Philip is my senior project manager, I told Philip, I don't see why we are having a sink and then a door leading outside. Why can't we have a full length cabinet running from one side to the other side, and then have a door moving to the outside from this side? So we decided those are some of the changes we've done on site. So extra materials, not charging the client, but let's have a seamless, beautiful counter. So the counter will have an 850. Those were the measurements we were taking today. So this is 850. These are 2 doors on one side. Then we maintain a 1000 millimeter. That is a compartment that takes up the sink. And then we have a small compartment of 550, of 350 in between this, and the other one takes a return. This takes a return of 1050 that will take a lazy Susie. 1050 specifically because it's 600 on one side and 450 on this side. When you join them together, it becomes one long cabinet so that you can be able to pull the lazy Susie out. Immediately after the lazy Susie, okay, let me just go all the way straight so that I don't have to come back. On top of the 1050, we will, no, 1050, then immediately after that we have a 450 box. This 450 is a pull-out cabinet. And then after that we have a 900 that will house the cooker. On top of the cooker, we have the hood. So these are measured as one item. It's actually a 936 because of the boards of 1818, so that we house it in between. So we have a hood on top, and then we have a cooker unit on the lower side. So this guy, the electrician is gonna hack all this up and then join it all the way to this side. And then now on this side we'll have 1, 2, 3. So number 1 and number 2, this is the hood DP. Number 2 is the cooker deep. This number 1 is the one that is feeding the undersink. The number 2 feeds the hood, and number 3 is the cooker unit. This is a socket plus the DP on it. So it's a cooker unit, it's slightly different. Then connected to that and goes to the lower level. So it's controlling this unit that feeds the cooker on top. Then this controls the hood. Then from here to there, we're having the high level cabinets, which are 3 units, which is one box and a small box, 1500. That is 1000 plus 500. Then this is a high level, small one that is a pull up on top of the hood. Then immediately after that, we have another 500 below here. Then immediately after that, we have 300 specifically. That is a spice rack. When you're cooking here at the 900, you need a spice rack here so that you pick your things and do your madoido on top of your food, if you really want beautiful food in a beautiful kitchen. So after that, we have a spice rack, and the 800 are drawers down here. Immediately after that, we have the low level and the high level counter. This other one is for the breakfast counter, serving the other side. And then we step down, so our backsplash, I'm not so sure if it's granite or it is tiles, but it flows all the way. But I would go for the tiles, for the granite, because it takes up, then it flows all the way to that side. Then as you go, we have another pull-out cabinet here, and then 2 doors on this side, and then Lazy Susie on the other side. Then that cabinet ends there. Then we have a small cabinet on that side of 900, then tall cabinet on the high-level cabinets, which are 2 doors, and an open cabinet on that side. Challenges on side as usual. This was a partition. That was the size of the kitchen on that side. This was the veranda. This was an entire door all the way. So these were grills from this corner all the way to this side. So it was a grill, you could see that side, a grill you could see outside, a grill you could see on the other side. So we decided to make the kitchen slightly bigger. That's why you see this. So when we demolished this wall, we noticed the level on that side and the level on this side are different. When you take now a proper level, it goes by 50 mm. 50 mm is like 2 inches? 2 inches, yes. So it's 50 mm on top. So we have to hack this floor and make it level. Those are things you cannot come and tell the client, you know, your floor is like this, now you have to add money. So as a team, under the contingencies and preliminaries, we will have to factor in, hack a bit of this and fill in up here. And in that, for that particular reason, there will be a small step of almost 20 millimeter on this side. So we will have to cut this door, levelize this area before we do our tiling. That is it for the kitchen area. Let's go to the master bedroom. So the house, as I told you, working on the gypsum ceilings, working on the kitchen, and then working in totality in the master. And you see, this is gonna serve as a sample room for the rest of the house. And if I do well here, then I'm very sure it will be very hard for my client not to give me the rest of the other space. And in this particular space, I want to go elegant, simple. But in terms of finishes, I just want to get it right. So I want to give them a very simple 5-star kind of space for their master. What I'm gonna do is the door stays. Then I will have, as I've drawn, there is a sketch here. So we have compartment number 1 and compartment number 2. These are 2 doors and these are 2 doors. So I'll have drawers here and maybe shelves, and then hanging lines. This is double hanging, then single hanging on that side. That is for the cabinet. So it is taking 900, 900, giving me 1.8. 1.8 is meters. In millimeters, it's giving me 1800. Once I've done that, it comes from that particular point to this particular point. Immediately after that, these are people in their retirement times. They want a scenario whereby in the evening, he or she's around, she can read her Bible politely. So we are giving them a nice, beautiful floating desk, which is supposed to be 700 or 600 deep, so that when you have a Bible, you have your things, you can lean on it nicely. So they have a socket here, but we have challenges whereby with the floating shelves, most of the times we've noticed, when you provide points from the low level, let's say the electrical, that is the socket from the lower side coming up, most of the time, you know, it's passing through the drawer. So we have decided we're not putting it under the whatever, but this will stay for purposes, if you want to use it on for other reasons, you can use. So once the shelf is up, the drawer, that is the desk, the floating desk, we put a switch. One, because we have floating shelves on top, we'll put a snake light. So at night, Mzee is sleeping or Madame is sleeping and you want to study, you can just put the the LED snake light under the shelf, and you can just switch it on top of the desk and the light will come on. Then you want to charge your phone or to use a laptop, there is a double socket around here. So we have taken care of this person completely. Then immediately after that, these partition walls, if you check it keenly, these are new walls. So the bathroom was coming from this particular window, coming like that and going in. The arrangement didn't look so nice, so everything was not working. So we decided, and then now that was going to force us to put the bed on that side. So we've come in with a new proposal. The new proposal is in such a way that we have a nice beautiful headboard on this side. If you see, the wall is slightly on the inner side, so we are demolishing. Then we will hack it out so that we have one level from this side going there. Then we are having a nice beautiful headboard that is in laminated MDF flowing from wall to wall. Immediately after that, I'm doing a socket on one side and a 3-gang switch. This 3-gang switch, and this is on top of the board, and then I'll do the same thing on this side. The intention is when I have a 3-gang switch, I can have a 3-gang switch. And all these are independent, flowing all the way to the feeding point. So that when Madame, she's in the house alone, she can switch on the snake light that is coming on top of the headboard. And Mze on the other side can also do the same. Then we have another switch controlling the chandelier in the middle. Then we have another switch controlling the downlighter. So you are here and you're on one side. You don't have to tell the other party, please move, please switch it on, switch it on. You are asleep, this person can switch on their own lights and just do their thing without strain. Or you're on one side, you don't have to roll to the other side for you to do all those madoido. So those are the items we are doing right now. The walls have been demolished, the bathroom has been rearranged, and now we will have a scenario whereby now as you enter here, we're having a sink that is a vanity on the left hand side. And this for vanity, we are doing it in this manner, whereby if you sit on the lower side, tell that guy to stop on the lower side, so that we have 2 compartments. One compartment will carry the sink and the other compartment will be the drawers. So you come in and because we are happily together, we will share the sink, and the sink has the mixers on the lower side, that is the hot and cold coming from that, and then we have the waste pipe on the other side, and all these come in one compartment. Then we have our sink or wash and basin on top, then the tap comes all the way. Then this side now becomes a side that has a space whereby now when you are here, you can put a bit of items. Let's say if you're a person who has makeup kits and all that, then maybe mouthwash and all that, you have space on one side dedicated to place your things. Then from here to there, we have a beautiful mirror flowing from one end to the other end, and you have a mirror light, so light is not a problem, space is not a problem, programming of the cabinet is functional. Then this door swings here. Then we have our toilet right here. So the plumber is on site doing his works, so he will channel this to the outside. Then we have our sink on that side. Then we are cutting in between here to have our shower on that side, and we have our shower head on top, a mixer in the middle, then the spout. Then we have a floor drain on one side connected to this, then leading outside, and this door swings here. And that is it for the master bedroom. That is it for the kitchen. The rest of the house is basic gypsum flat ceilings for this particular side, for this specific phase. After this phase, I will come and show you how the house looks, and then in phase 2 probably I'll come and show you again phase 2. Then if there will be phase 3, then for that particular reason, I want to encourage people who have houses in their villages, not necessarily for their parents. You have a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom house that doesn't have a touch. We can work on it. It is not about overdoing, it's about elegance. And for elegance, I mean you're just doing your skimming right, you are just doing your painting right, you've just installed your flat gypsum ceiling well, and you've installed your cornices well, your electrical points are in the right positions, your kitchen is just welcoming, and then the rest of the other details, we can come in and improve. Pole. And that is it for today. And as usual, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at kthinteriorz, where style meets elegance. Come on!